Hello. Okay, I was trying something new here with the light, with the background, with the setup. I don't think it's working, but we'll have to do with this. So yeah, another video about how my dating life, I guess, is going. Not great, spoiler, but we're still trying. We are not giving up, and yeah, we're being positive, and we'll try to thrive. Just quick disclaimer that I feel like I'm doing great in a lot of areas, so this is not a complaint about my life in general, it's a complaint about my love life, I guess. And not even a complaint, it's just sharing or oversharing, if you will, about this because I don't know, I feel like I don't see a lot of videos like this, like people being really honest, really vulnerable about their dating life. It's either you're thriving, like you're having the best time of your life, you found someone that you really like, or you are in complete shambles, like you're doing horribly. And I feel like I'm there in between, like trying my best, being optimistic, but again, not succeeding. But yeah, I guess let's get into it. Quick summary, I'm being more intentional. I'm trying to find the love of my life, I guess, the one. And I'm really focused on that and meeting one person at a time. Since I turned 30 years old, I don't know why, I decided to try this new technique, if you will. And spoiler, once again, it's not working out. But I feel like I'll keep trying because now I've been meeting one person at a time since late August, I want to say, since September or late August. And I met 3 different people. So the first one was about a month, like it was 3 dates, but in the span of a month. The second one was quite long, I would say. So when that finished in September, it started in September, it finished in September. It was quite fast, the whole thing. The second one was from September more or less until November, so a little bit longer. We went on more dates, like we got to know each other better, but it didn't work out. And the third one, I just put the conclusion, let's say. It finished just yesterday. Today is Sunday, so Saturday, yesterday. And I was waiting until it was fully finished, like both parties, I guess, both of the people in the relationship were happy with how it, not happy, but were at least they communicated how they feel and we can put closure to the whole situation. And it was almost 3 months. So we had one date late November, then we had the second date in December, and then we had the third date in January. But since Christmas was in between, it was like, it looked like it was really long because it was November, December, January, but it was just 3 dates. So it was not long. It's just that there was a lot of things in the middle that didn't let us to meet more often. But yeah, so now let's see who is the fourth one. And again, this is nothing nothing against the people that I've been seeing. I'm sure they have their reasons, but I'm trying to share my experience and how I feel. And they happen to be these potential boyfriends, potential relationships. But I just want to share my experience and nothing bad towards them. And I'm trying to put closure to all these relationships because for me, it's really, really important to put closure in order to start the new thing. Because again, we're being more intentional, we're being more mature, and yeah, I feel like it's the right thing to do. I put this really cute background video that you can barely see, but just so you know, I'm trying something. I'm giving production, or at least I'm trying to. But yeah, let's go straight to the point. Basically with this guy, 3 dates, and now we'll try to be friends, but I'm kind of sick of this, to be completely honest. Like something is not working out, like in a relationship, and like being partners is not working out. So I feel like every relationship or potential relationship And the same, like, I don't want you as a partner, but maybe as a friend. I don't have a lot of friends, but I don't want more friends. So maybe down the line, maybe in a few weeks or months, we can be friends. Right now, I don't want friends because I was dating him in order to have a partner, not to have friends. And this is a really good point because I've been thinking that maybe it's much better to start a relationship as friends and then organically it becomes something more. But with the apps, I feel like it's kind of impossible basically, because once you are on Tinder, once you match someone and you want a boyfriend, you're looking for that, it's impossible to start as friends. So I guess this just works if you're meeting people organically. I don't know how people meet people organically, like face to face, because it never happened to me. But I guess if you go to a party, an event, a friend of a friend, then it makes sense that you start a friendship and then it becomes something else in the future. But with the apps, I feel like it's really, really difficult. But yeah, that's beside the point. So now I've been doing this for almost 6 months, the dating intentionally, just one person at a time. And it hasn't been working, but it's been really interesting to process all this information. I was talking with a friend and he was saying that he doesn't want to meet one person at a time because then when eventually this thing that is going on with this potential boyfriend ends up not going well, it doesn't hurt as much if you are talking with other people. So when you're meeting just one person at a time and this thing doesn't end up as you want it to end up, you feel like a lot of things. Like I felt quite hurt, to be honest. It doesn't feel nice at all. It's quite sad. But I feel like it's a good thing to process these feelings instead of moving on and go to the next thing immediately. So this is what I'm doing. Like, I finish things off with someone, or even better, the other person finishes things off with me. And then is when I start meeting other people. So I have a little bit of time to process, to think what I'm trying not to overthink, because then I'm starting to imagine what did I do wrong. Like, it's my personality, it's my physical attributes, it's how I was treating him, it's the way I behaved at this exact conversation. So it's really easy to overthink and overanalyze what was the mistake that you did. But I really want to think that there's no mistake. I feel like it's just that maybe the other person wasn't ready for any reason. Maybe the other person is in a different journey. So I'm trying to date people who also really want a partner, but I feel like in the gay community this is quite difficult. And maybe this is a generalization and maybe I'm completely wrong, but I feel like what I see is in the gay community that people just wanna hookups, they just wanna meet different people, they don't want anything long term. And I feel like there's people who want long term, but since it's so scary to do that, they just prefer to not be hurt and they prefer to just hook around and fool around, which is completely fine. I'm not judging. I've done it in the past, probably in the future I will do it again. But I don't know, it's really scary to meet someone, to open up to someone, to give him your all and share things that you don't share with most people. And then this person decides not to meet you anymore. So it's scary and it feels awful, because again, I'm trying to do this more maturely. So it hurts, but I feel like it's how I'm supposed to be doing it right now at this moment. Maybe in the future I will get tired of it, but for now, since every other aspect in my life I feel like it's going great, I can risk my love life a little bit. Because if it hurts so much, and I'm really lucky to have a good job, like a good apartment, good friends, the relationship with my family, I feel like it's also really good. So I can risk having one area in my life maybe not be thriving in that aspect. So that's okay. And even in this case, it hurts a lot. So I cannot imagine when people go through hardships in relationships, plus they are not doing well in other areas in their life. But yeah, this is for another topic maybe. What I was trying to say is that it's quite difficult to not put the blame on yourself, or myself in my case, when people keep on rejecting you. And I don't want to start to think what I was saying before, what did I do wrong, what can I do better for the next time, and all this stuff. But it's quite difficult to not do that, because before my excuse was, okay, maybe I was not ready, maybe I didn't open up enough, or maybe I was not clear with my intentions of what I wanted. But with these three relationships or potential relationships, I've been doing that, and I feel really proud of myself because of that, because it's been really difficult in the past. And I feel like just being gay in general, it's quite difficult, especially when you are younger. Like, I'm from the 90s, I was born in 1994. So when I was really young, being gay, it was not even an option. And if someone was gay, it was not well perceived for the public, for the audience, let's say, like in my town, in television. And I feel like now gay representation is there, and it's okay to be gay and all these really cool things. But when I was younger, this was not the case. So what straight people are experiencing when they are teenagers, I feel like I'm experiencing now, or in my late 20s. And it's just different journeys. I'm not complaining, it's just facts, at least for me. But yeah, now I really want to find someone, but maybe for the next guy I need to be even more clear with my intentions. Maybe I need to, I don't know, this is what I was trying to avoid, to overthink about what I was doing. But I also don't want to put the blame fully on the other people, because this would be the easy option. Just, I don't have any issue, like all the problems are for the people that I'm seeing. But if we are really real with the situation, it goes both ways. I'm sure there's things that I've done wrong, I'm sure there's things that the other people have been doing wrong. So yeah, it's really scary, but I feel like I will keep doing the same. And just the apps in general, I don't know, I don't love them, because like I said yesterday, I closed things off with this person I was seeing, so I downloaded Tinder again. I didn't give myself too much time to process, but also it took a while to close things off, and I'm really determined to find someone. So I feel like I have to speed up the process a little bit, because since August/September I've been doing this dating intentionally, and now it's January 2025. So it's been not half a month, not half a year, but close to half a year. So if in 5 months I've been able to meet, or 4 months, I'm horrible at math, like some months, I've been able to meet 3 different people, and these 3 relationships have failed miserably. I feel like I need to do something different. But that's the other thing, that I cannot speed up the process just because I want the things to go fast. I cannot force it into someone, because it's really exciting also to meet someone and to do the cutesy stuff and to start thinking, oh, does he like me? Do I like him? And all this really fun stuff that happens at the beginning of a relationship. I feel like trying to rush this part is not good for anyone, so I need to change this mentality. But at the same time, if I really want to meet someone, I feel like I kind of have to rush it at least a tiny bit, because the idea of being with someone, it sounds great, but again, it's also a bit scary because it happened in the past that when a relationship is being more serious, it's becoming more serious, then I start to think, do I really want this? Should I just end the relationship and start meeting other people? And then if I meet, basically when I'm single, I really want to be in a relationship. When I'm in a relationship, I like being in a relationship, but I don't have that much experience. But I remember every now and then, once I've been in a relationship, I like the idea of being single. So basically, moral of the story, we want what we don't have, and I'm completely aware. And not just in our love lives, just in general, we always want what we don't have. So I'm trying to be more conscious, like, okay, now I'm single, let's enjoy being single and all the benefits of that. And when I have a partner, I will try to focus on that. But of course, when I'm single, it's just myself and I can do whatever I want. But when I'm in a relationship, it's not just myself. Of course, I need to focus on myself, but I also need to have into account this other person. But yeah, basically, like I was saying at the beginning, it's not going great, but I'm trying to make it work. And when I finish up this potential relationship, I don't know how to say it, maybe there's a better word, but when I received the message from this other person saying that he was not feeling it, that maybe as a friends, yes, but not as partners or whatever, or at least not at this point, maybe in the future. When I received this message, it hurt, but it's also good in a way to experience this feeling, because one part of me was a bit relieved, to be honest, because I was also a bit unsure. And that's the other thing, you never know if someone will be the right person. So now I'm trying to be more flexible, like my 20-year-old me, well, not 20-year-old, like 22, because at 20 I didn't even know that I was gay. Let's say 22, 23. If I was meeting someone, this shirt is really, really tight and it looks even tighter on video, but yeah, this is what you get. When I was seeing some red flags on someone, I was really fast to just move on to the next, because for me, being in a relationship meant just liking absolutely everything about someone. And if I was seeing something, even if it was really, really small, that I didn't vibe with, that I didn't like, I was just, okay, there's a lot of people in the world, let's move on to the next, this is not gonna work. But now I'm trying to do a little bit the opposite. Of course, if it's a really big red flag, let's say someone is racist or, I don't know, these really, really big red flags, I will not tolerate it. But I guess there's also something really positive and exciting to meet someone that has different tastes, that has different, I don't know, ideas than you. And it's really exhilarating for me to be with someone a little bit different, if you can communicate those differences and the bigger values are more or less aligned, because that's really, really important. But it's okay to be a little bit different and to disagree in some things, because it always fascinated me how people go from one relationship to another. And I feel like those people, it's because they have some issues on being alone, I guess, but also because they are a little bit more flexible in the fact that, like, we are not gonna find anyone that is a carbon copy of ourselves. But yeah, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. I was thinking about this video for the whole day, and I feel like I had it really organized in my head, but it always happens. Now that I'm talking about it, it's a little bit of a mess. But yeah, I guess this is just a rant to let this